In any competition, there's the score you see on the board, and then there's the one that really matters. Today, we're going to decode that silent scoreboard, the hidden language of body cues that can tell you who's really winning way before the final buzzer sounds.
So let me ask you a question. Imagine you're watching a huge game, the finals maybe, but the sound is off and the scoreboard is totally hidden. Just by watching the players, could you figure out who's got the lead, who's in control, and who's starting to crack?
Well, chances are you absolutely could, because way before we even look at the numbers, our brains are already doing the work. They're hardwired to pick up on all these little nonverbal signals that basically broadcast an athlete's real state of mind.
And hey, this isn't just a gut feeling. Science actually backs this up. It's a real thing called thin slice judgment. Researchers like Furley and Schweitzer actually tested this. They showed people short, silent clips of athletes playing, and guess what? People could accurately tell who was ahead and who was behind just from body language. It just goes to show our instincts are pretty darn sharp.
Okay, so if our brains can do this automatically, how do we get good at it on purpose? Let's dive into that in our first section, reading your rival. We're going to look at how athletes are constantly giving away what's going on inside, whether they mean to or not.
The whole thing really comes down to this one key idea: behavioral leakage. It sounds kind of technical, but it's simple. No matter how much of a pro someone is, when they're tired and under pressure, their true feelings just leak out. It's that little slump of the shoulders, that slight hesitation. Those are the tells you're looking for. And these signals usually fall into two big buckets: confidence or fatigue. A confident player, they almost seem to get bigger. Their shoulders are back, chest is out, they take up space. Their movements are just sharp. But on the flip side, look for the signs of defeat. The posture just collapses, the head drops, and you see that classic hands-on-hips pose. That's pretty much the universal sign of an athlete who's out of gas and looking for an answer.
Now, this isn't just about watching people, it's about gathering intel. It's tactical. You see your opponent is slow to get back on defense. They're tired. The smart move? Push the pace. A player slumps their shoulders after a bad play. Their confidence is shaky. You keep the pressure on. This is how you turn just watching into a real tangible advantage.
But here's the thing. Reading your opponent? That's only half the battle. The real power move is turning that same lens back on yourself. And that brings us to our next section, winning the inner game by taking control of your own signals.
See, your body language isn't just a signal you're sending out to your competition. It's also a feedback loop. It's a direct message you're sending right back to your own brain. Every single signal you send outward, you're also sending inward. There's a whole fascinating field of science that explains this. It's called embodied cognition. And the idea is actually pretty simple, but it's a total game changer. It basically says your physical state directly shapes your mental state. So it's not just your brain telling your body what to do, your body can absolutely change your mind. If you slump your shoulders, you'll literally start to feel more defeated. But if you stand tall, you can actually kickstart feelings of confidence and power.
And look, this isn't some fake it till you make it saying. It's about using your body as a tool to manage your mind. When you adopt a powerful posture, you're sending a signal to your brain that says, hey, I'm in control, I'm resilient, I'm ready for what's next.
So how do you actually do this in the moment? It's a simple three-step play. First, you have to recognize it, that split second after a mistake when you feel your shoulders start to droop. Second, you correct it, like right then and there. Physically pull your shoulders back, lift your head up. And third, you influence. You use that physical shift to trigger a mental reset. That one little action can stop a negative spiral in its tracks.
Now, we've been talking a lot about sports, right? But the crazy thing is, this silent scoreboard isn't just for athletes. It's running in the background of every single important human interaction. And that's what we're going to look at in our last section, Beyond the Arena.
So let's wrap up the main ideas here. Your body, it's always talking. Always. You can learn to read other people's signals to get an edge, for sure. But even more powerfully, you can control your own body language to master your mindset. Because this whole dynamic, it's at play everywhere.
Seriously, think about it. A job interview, a big negotiation, giving a presentation. In every one of those situations, people are making those same thin-sliced judgments about you, about your confidence, your competence, all based on the signals you're putting out. Your presence is shaping the outcome before you've even made your big point.
So the next time you walk into a room where the stakes are high, that pitch, that interview, just ask yourself this. Before I say a single word, what is my body already telling everyone in this room? What does my silent scoreboard say about me?